Hi, my name is Reed Harris, and I'm one of the co-leads of our Johnson & Johnson Care with Pride initiative. We are excited to share with you today's session, Pride, Navigating the Challenges of COVID-19. While the virus has caused us to pivot the program on a number of fronts, I'm proud to say the one thing that has remained constant is the unwavering support of our company and brands for the LGBTQ community. From the program's inception in 2011, spanning 9 years through today's pandemic. First, I'd like to share with you a little background on the program, and then Bianca, Laura, and Joseph will take you through the pivots we've made in greater detail. The Johnson & Johnson Care with Pride program is a volunteer-led initiative that includes over 10 Johnson & Johnson cross-sector brands. The team comes together each year to volunteer our personal time to ensure we are shaping and executing a program that is both impactful and meaningful. I believe it speaks to the type of employees that Johnson & Johnson attracts and the importance we collectively place on diversity and inclusion. It also showcases the brand love and care we have for all of our consumers, especially those in the LGBTQ community. With participating brands like Neutrogena, Listerine, Tylenol, Johnson's Baby, and OGX, just to name a few. The purpose of the program has always been to openly champion love, equality, and care for all people within the LGBT community. The program has 3 pillars: a communication pillar, an activation pillar, and an advocacy pillar. On the communication front, we partner with influential voices in the LGBTQ community to amplify our message of love, equality, and care. Real change agents in the communities who share positive, uplifting, and authentic content, but also address the most pressing issues facing the community today. Bianca is going to tell you more about how COVID has impacted the influencers we've chosen and the content that we've partnered with them in sharing. From an activation perspective, in a normal year, our brands, employees, and nonprofit partners take a more active in-person role in the communities that we live and work in. We typically sign up to be a corporate sponsor of over 40 global Pride parades, where we engage thousands and march together as one in the spirit of love, equality, and care. The image shown on the slide in front of you is of Johnson & Johnson employees at last year's New York City World Pride Parade. Laura is going to tell you more about the pivot we had to make around having in-person parades this year. In collaboration with our customers, we've also developed limited edition Pride products as a physical way to show our love and support and drive attention to the amazing work of our LGBTQ nonprofit partners. We are so proud to have retail partners like Target, Amazon, Walgreens, Kroger, and Giant, who share the same corporate values and are proud to share a message of inclusivity. The image you see before you is of our Johnson & Johnson Pride end cap that was featured at Target in May through July this year. In the past, we have also sponsored various events and festivals with our retailers, but that was not possible this year due to COVID. And lastly, but in many ways most importantly, our advocacy pillar. This is how we support our nonprofit partners who are leading the critical work in the LGBTQ community and who we have raised over $1 million for since 2011. Partners like Family Equality, who we've had a relationship with for the past several years. Due to COVID, events like Family Equality Family Week, the largest gathering of LGBTQ families in the world, sadly had to be canceled. Bianca is going to share more about how we pivoted from serving as the title sponsor of Family Week and hosting brand events in Provincetown, Massachusetts, to reaching LGBTQ families in the safety and comfort of their own homes. So I encourage you to stay tuned, and I hope you find our work to be as important and meaningful as we do. Enjoy this video clip, which brings to life some of last year's work, and we'll dive further into this year's COVID-related pivots. Thank you.
I'm here because I am supporting the best company ever, Johnson & Johnson. They support us, we are family.
What an incredible affirmation of what diversity and inclusion can be.
Great energy in New York City, lots of love. I'm super excited to be here. World Pride, 50 years, Stonewall riots. I feel like it's an amazing time to be here.
Huge contingent here from J&J. We've got an amazing float. We're wearing the colours with pride. Thanks to J&J for its sponsorship. And thanks to all of our colleagues at J&J for joining us.
Happy Pride, everybody.
I'm really proud to partner with Johnson & Johnson. You guys are truly giving back to the LGBTQ plus community. My advice to anyone, any LGBTQ plus parents or kids, is just to find the places or people where you can create your own community of people that truly love you and accept you for who you are. Even if you're not in New York City or Provincetown, just to find those people that, are really loving and accepting.
We've been doing this for 8 years now in LA Pride, and I'm so proud to be part of this. I'm marching with J&J, and just our commitment at J&J just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we show up in bigger and better ways.
Pride is something that's empowering. It's just to be yourself. It's to show up as who you are. Even though we're a huge corporation, just not forgetting that we're empowering the LGBT community and just being there for everybody.
Okay, Mom, what does Pride mean to you?
Pride for me means love. Love with kindness specifically. Be kind to others, respect them. With that, I believe it's going to be a peaceful world. That's why I love my son.
It just spreads the message of love, equality, and care that we're trying to echo, not only at our company, but across the country and into the world.
J&J, it is the first place where I've worked where I felt free to be open about who I am.
Importance that we show up, and that we show up for all the youth that are in the process of coming out. We're still working towards these rights, and there's still more work to be done, but showing up at Pride is so important to support that.
Hi everybody, my name is Bianca Soler, and I am a Senior Customer Strategy Analyst for our Neutrogena J&J business, as well as a Care with Pride co-lead managing the communication strategy for the initiative. Our goal as a communications pillar is to amplify the voices of the LGBTQIA community to deliver an authentic message of brand support and care for our J&J brands. This year, we partnered with 8 influencers across 8 of our beloved J&J brands to post about 3 to 5 pieces of content throughout the year. These posts vary across highlighting Care with Pride equity to Care with Pride donation highlights, brand and product features, and most importantly, personal messages from our influencers on their commitment to the community. This strategy has really resonated with our audiences, and we've seen our engagement rates triple over the past year, showcasing further the power of handing over the microphone and authentically connecting with our audience with a purpose. Just to highlight some of our incredible influencer partnerships, let me introduce you to Ka Spence, who is a celebrity hairstylist who partnered with our launch of our OGX Pride product, as you'll see here on the right. What you'll notice across all of our influencer partnerships is that it is more than just a sponsored post with product. Our influencers really spend the time connecting with their audience, sharing their stories in these more lengthy captions than you would typically see, which is something that really accentuates the authenticity of the partnership. Similarly, we partnered with Isis King, who is a trans woman of color who you might have recognized from her Emmy nomination in her role of When They See Us, or from America's Next Top Model. Her post here was promoting the Care with Pride panel participation at the Human Rights Conference and encouraging her audience to join virtually. On the next slide, you'll see Nina West, who you probably recognize from RuPaul's Drag Race. She is also an LGBTQ activist. She partnered with Neutrogena on the launch of the new Neutrogena Makeup Remover Wipe Pride launch. And this was a great example of how Care with Pride integrated brand priorities into our communication strategy. Neutrogena was already partnering with drag queens for this launch. And with our partnership with Nina West through Care with Pride, it was a very seamless integration to the total activation that Neutrogena was building. Lastly, I want to introduce you to our Clean and Clear influencer partner, Blair Imani, who is a 26-year-old Muslim woman activist. She has really taken the partnership to a different level, starting a series on her IGTV called Clear Conversations, where she does her skincare routine with Clean and Clear while talking through relevant topics that the LGBTQ community faces. These are just some of the examples of how our influencer partnerships have come to life as part of our Care with Pride communications plan, and how they have delivered on further building on our mission to champion love, equality, and care for all people within the LGBTQIA community.
Hi, everybody. My name is Laura Sloan, and I'm the Senior Customer Development Manager for our J&J Amazon business, and I'm also a Care with Pride co-lead. And I'm here today to talk a little bit more from an activation side of things. We have a really defined strategy in this place where we really leverage the strength of J&J employee engagement and our retailer partners to authentically convey brand love and care for the support of the LGBT community. And every year, our employee engagement builds bigger and better than the year before. Last year, we had upwards of 2,000 plus employees march together across the 30 plus Pride parades sponsored by Care with Pride nationwide. Now, New York was a special area of focus for us last year, given World Pride and the anniversary of Stonewall. But we even grew our participation internationally as well, really increasing our Pride parades there as well to include major countries like the UK, Japan, and Mexico. And through special events and retail programs, we've also been able to create meaningful opportunities with key customers, whether that's helping them deliver on their own employee resource group goals and objectives at their headquarters, or the first ever Pride end caps at a variety of key retailers. Each year, we push this further and further by adding new partners like Amazon and expanding our limited edition Pride Wrap products to include more and more brands. As a physical representation of LGBTQ support, our consumer brands like OGX, Neutrogena, and Listerine have created Pride products and are proud to make them available for purchase at select retail partners like Target, Amazon, Walgreens, Ulta, Kroger, and Giant, just to name a few. This year, we've rolled out a really exciting purchase-driven charity incentive. For every limited edition Pride Neutrogena wipe or Listerine bottle purchase made on Amazon, J&J will donate $5 to family equality. Because unlike other corporations, for J&J, it's truly about more than just a rainbow. As we've donated over $1 million to our nonprofit partners since 2011. We feature this message very directly on our product packaging. And this year's purchase-driven donation program doesn't stop when June is over. It extends all the way through to December. So if you're watching this and you're running a little bit light on your Listerine or your Neutrogena wipes, be sure to head over to Amazon to pick up one of our Pride items. With the help of our shoppers, our goal is to provide family equality with up to $85,000 by year end. As a marketer, you have many options when it comes to getting the word out about a brand. Some of these options include paying to spread the word, some involve promoting your brand in places where you have full control, and others involve getting other people to take notice of your brand and promote it for you. So when we're considering the three forms of media, paid, owned, and earned, we really need to look at them as parts of one whole. Earned media is defined as when customers become the channel. Your brand earns media when people start talking about you, usually in a good way. According to Nielsen, earned media is the most trusted form of advertising out there. It's one of the main reasons why your brand should care about and want earned media. It has everything to do with trust. Nielsen study found that about 83% of people completely trust recommendations they get from family and friends. And in the age of social media, the definition of friend has become more flexible and malleable. People also trust the opinions of others online, such as reviews on blogs, even if they don't know those people in real life. And we're incredibly proud and humbled by all of the earned media coverage for Care with Pride in 2020, including Bloomberg, In Touch Weekly, Life and Style, Essence, and Allure. And with that, I'll turn it over to Joseph to share a little bit more about some of the other elements in 2020 we're most proud of.
Hi, my name is Joseph Leahy, and I work in the pharma sector of J&J. I am a senior community liaison with Janssen Infectious Diseases. My role with Care with Pride is parade activation. So I work with the leadership team to ensure that we have a robust activation at pride parades across the country. And every year our goal seems to grow. And this year, as you can see, we had about 40 different parades globally that we were planning to activate. And this is a lot of work, you can imagine. So when we talk about parade activation, we need to identify a J&J employee to be a city lead in each city and to recruit other J&J employees to march, as well as their family and friends to march along with them. And historically, we work with our beneficiary, which has been Family Equality for the past several years, to also partner with us to potentially identify local organizations that can march along with us in each of the cities. And as you can see from this long list, there was a lot of work done, and we had many contracts in place already with the different Pride Parade organizations across the country, and we had to pivot. So mid-March, everything changed for us. And all of this activation that we had put a lot of effort into planning for 2020 had to change because now we were sheltering in place because of COVID-19. And so we really came together as a leadership team and brainstormed about how we could activate differently and still support the LGBT community in a way that was important and significant to our J&J employees and to the community. And this is what we came up with: a June 1st virtual Pride kickoff event. And we really wanted this event to have the same tone and intention, the same feel that people have when they go to a Pride parade and they march. Because I think, especially for people who've never been in a Pride parade, it really can be transforming, right? That first experience being part of a Pride parade is really something very special. And we wanted to be able to replicate that in a virtual platform. And so we created a 1-hour event that we wanted to be fast-paced and chock full of content. And we wanted to include our J&J employees to participate in this, but we also wanted to make it open to the community as well. And we actually realized that because we were doing this during the week, we were able to include our business partners as well. So this event was attended by our J&J employees, family, friends, people that would normally march with us, community members that were part of the Family Equality Council local organizations that we've partnered with across the country, and some of our business partners as well. So that was something that was unique in this virtual platform that we hadn't been able to accomplish in the same kind of way when we were actually marching in a parade. The other thing about this event is that we wanted to have it be entertaining, so we planned for music and we wanted to be informative. We had J&J leadership speak. We had someone from our Family Equality Council that could speak to the work that they're doing, the important work that they do. So it was, again, planned to be very entertaining and informative. As many of you may remember, the weekend before June 1st, there was community unrest across the country. So once again, the actual morning of the event, we had to pivot again. And so our tone changed for this event, and we had to take into consideration what was happening across the country as far as the civil unrest that was occurring. And so our tone changed. We had to understand that some of the speakers that we wanted to utilize weren't in a position to participate. They just emotionally weren't in a place where they felt like they could be part of this event, which we completely understood. So even at the last minute in this COVID environment and all that's been happening in 2020, we had to make some changes to our event. But overall, I would say that it was very successful. We had over 1,200 people from more than 20 countries on our Zoom event. And if I didn't mention that before, we used the Zoom platform to do this. And the feedback was overwhelming that people really enjoyed this event. And one of my customers that I work with personally called me afterwards, and she said that she just wanted it to keep going, and she was disappointed when it ended so quickly. So I would say that although we weren't able to activate in parades across the country this year, we really created something that will be part of our tradition, I think, moving forward around Pride, and that we will continue in the future to look at this possibility of doing a June 1st Pride kickoff event that is virtual and can be really a global event. Laura? Do you want to add anything, Laura, to what I shared about the fact that we had to pivot at the last minute?
Yeah, Joseph, thank you. I agree. Really, Pride is about more than just flags and floats. It's about connection and elevating our collective voices. And it felt like it was incredibly important for us to be authentic and connect in a deeper way with our audience as a part of this virtual event. And I think from the feedback we got afterwards, it really feels like we made the right call with that shift.
This has been a challenging year, and COVID-19 and many of our experiences in 2020 really have impacted how we celebrate Pride and how we, as an organization, come together, understanding the challenges and the diversity that we face in the community. So again, at J&J, we care with pride, and we really wanted to demonstrate that that's what we're all about, caring with pride.
One of the biggest wins of all for 2020 was securing an official J&J Pride logo. I would do a drum roll, but I'll let the slide do that for me. And while this might sound simple, this is no small feat when you're asking a corporation to alter its logo. The logo is the foundation of a brand's identity, and seeing the J&J logo in its full pride glory is incredibly inspiring for so many of our LGBTQ and ally employees. We are so incredibly fortunate that our employer respects our authentic selves, encourages us to bring our best selves to work every day, and reminds us that we belong. It's also incredibly important with a program like this to give people ways to express their pride. Each year, we partner with our design agency to create several approved assets for use internally and externally, from Zoom backgrounds like you see today, to the J&J Pride profile images, which can be used for Outlook, Skype, or even our own social media profiles, to t-shirts, bags, water bottles, hats, and other types of premiums for people to enjoy. It's these branded swag items that are always the first elements to get swiped up at our parades by the attendees, typically a very huge hit, but we also want to make sure that our J&J colleagues have access to them as well. And given Care with Pride is powered by 10 cross-sector brands, we work hard to put them front and center in everything we do that's shopper-facing. Our impact is felt everywhere, from equity to PR to J&J culture, and we make sure to provide multiple outlets for joining in the support of this community. There are multiple ways that people can get involved with Care with Pride, whether that's spreading the word with family, friends, and coworkers, joining a parade, or giving back through donations, which my colleague Joseph will speak to next.
Each Pride season, our Donate a Photo app includes our beneficiary, Family Quality. And so you may be asking, what is Donate a Photo? And Donate a Photo is a J&J app that is available on the App Store and Google Play. The purpose of the app is to connect people to nonprofits, to increase awareness and to provide them with important resources to do the work that they do. And so at any time, if you go on to the Donate a Photo app, you will find a number of causes that you can choose from. And the way it works is you go on the app, you choose a cause, and you can either go to your library of photos or take a photo in the moment, and then you upload your photo. And for every photo that's uploaded, J&J donates $1 to the cause that you've selected. And so during Pride season, Family Quality is one of those options. In addition to uploading the photo, you have the option to also share that same photo with the message related to your cause on Facebook and Instagram and other social media platforms. So it's not just available, if the message isn't, or the awareness isn't just on our app, it is also, anyone utilizing the app also has the opportunity to push it out to their own preferred social media platform. And again, there are several charities or several causes on the app, and you can donate one photo per day, and that each photo is basically like $1 donation to that charity. Our 2020 goal for Family Quality was $15,000, which would ultimately support 1,500 LGBTQIA families. And to ensure that we reach the goal, we created a Donate a Photo contest. We created a Donate a Photo contest and announced that on or during our virtual Pride event. And the Donate a Photo contest went like this. we encourage J&J employees to create teams. They could create a team of 20. And again, the team leader would encourage their team to post every day. And the contest would last as long as until we reached our goal, right? Our goal, again, being 15,000 photos. And it was such a great way to help us reach our goal, increase engagement, and increase the awareness to family equality that we were hoping for. Each team created a name. We had a leaderboard to show how the teams were doing, and there were prizes. And the prizes were first, second, and third place. First place was a donation of $2,500 to the team's charity of choice. So this provided us with an opportunity to support some local organizations that support the LGBTQIA community as well. So again, first prize was $2,500, second prize was $1,000, and third prize was $500. And I'm proud to say that doing this contest helped us reach our goal early. So before the end of Pride season, we had already reached our goal of 15,000 photos uploaded to Donate a Photo. And the charities that were chosen were really diverse. So the first charity was an organization that supports LGBTQ youth in Indiana. And the second place organization was an organization that supported mental health and psychosocial case management to the LGBT community. And the third place went to an HIV service organization in Arizona that supports the LGBT community as well that's living with HIV in Arizona. So we achieved our goal early, and that's something that we were really proud to accomplish.
This year, a very unfortunate event happened at the Orlando Pulse Memorial, where white supremacists vandalized the location, cutting phone lines and putting anti-gay propaganda on the center's front doors. When our Care with Pride agency, Target 10, made us aware of this, we quickly aligned as a team to donate $5,000 on behalf of our Florida-based brand OGX and Care with Pride to repair the tech and phone lines that had been vandalized and beautify the memorial wall. Here you'll see an interview the Care with Pride team did for LGBTQ Nation, who picked up the news on the donation. This year, Care with Pride also sponsored the Human Rights Conference panel on how our communities have been impacted by COVID-19 and partnered with our Care with Pride influencer, Isis King, to promote the conference. Historically, Care with Pride sponsors Family Week, the largest LGBTQ plus family gathering hosted by Family Equality in Provincetown, Massachusetts. This is an event that our partners and attendees look forward to every year. And as a result of stay-at-home orders this year, Family Equality unfortunately had to cancel the event. However, this didn't stop the Care with Pride team from finding a way to bring joy and pride from the event to those families who look forward to this weekend every year. We worked with our agency, Target 10, to create a Care with Pride package that incorporated brand product, fun family activities like puzzles and planters, as well as a taste of Provincetown, Massachusetts with taffy from a local store, and a custom P-Town coloring book. We also incorporated a postcard for the J&J 5B documentary. The package has been sent to over 500 families, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive. We've had over 50 families reach out to thank us, and even more hearing about the package, asking to be shipped one for their families as well. We could not be more proud of the work that has been done to keep the spirit of Family Week alive, despite the tough circumstances this year has brought. Lastly, we are committed to continue our thought leadership by participating in key marketing summits, D&I events, and LGBTQ plus conferences. As you'll see here, Reed Harris participated in the livecast series of brand innovators in Pride and LGBTQ plus marketing, and myself and Laura presented a Care with Pride case study at the Illuminations Group training program for recent college graduates.